Good morning, just woken up. It is fucking foggy and frosty, but got a couple of visitors checking out. That's nice to wake up to. It is super duper cold. And the only thing I have to put on, essentially, I mean, I slept all night, cold, wearing all my long underwear. But the only thing I had to put on this morning is cold, wet, fucking boots. Anyway, I'm going to start packing up. I'll see you around. Alright, so here I am, packed up, ready to go. It's finally starting to get a little bit warmer. Oh my lord. Cold boots first thing in the morning. Terrible, terrible thing. It was so cold last night, but I probably already said that. The video stopped pretty much abruptly just before because the owner of the farm that I was sleeping on, turns out, come over to have a chat with me. This time, he spoke English, which is pretty good. I mean, we only had a really brief chat, but the horses that I seen, he was actually just trying to catch them because they're his horses and that escaped the pen. So he was just trying to get them back. So yeah, he was walking around and just doing that. He asked what I was doing here, and I said I was camping. He was like, "Oh wow, really nice spot for camping, cool." And he's like, "Where are you going?" And I said, "Tbilisi, which is the capital of Georgia." And he's like, "Yeah, beautiful ride." And that was it. I do like it when people are really okay with people just camping in nice places. I didn't have a fire or anything like that. I just had my tent set up, so I don't think it was really big of a problem. That's pretty much it. That explains the morning. Now I'm going to hit the road. I'm going to get back on the road. I've got about 30 kilometers to the next city, and then I'm going to try and pump out some Ks today. It's just far too cold in Georgia. I'm going to try and cover as much distance as I can to see the country as much as possible, but get out of the country as soon as possible as well. So I'm going to head down towards Armenia. Well, it's going to take me a couple of days to get there anyway, but let's get there and then back into Turkey, pick up my visa, and then head into Iran. I'm just too cold. I'm far too cold. Anyway, let's do it. Let's ride. How are we doing? Still riding along the cold morning. I've been riding now for about an hour or two. It's really, really beautiful ride. The country's just phenomenal. I just stopped to tell you something a little bit funny. You may know that you may know that I listen to audiobooks. It's the way to keep my brain working while I'm riding so much. Anyway, I've been noticing all the audiobooks that I've downloaded, because that's all I've been listening to lately. My right earpiece in my headphones hasn't been working properly. It's been really, really dull and faint, and I just couldn't quite work it out. And I've changed it around, and then I started playing some music, and I noticed that the right earbud was dull again. And I'm like, that's odd. So I pulled the earbud out, and I took the little cup off it, because I use these noise cancelling ones, and there's a big lump of earwax in it. I pulled that lump of earwax out, put the audiobook back on, works perfect. I thought the cable was fucked or something like that. No, just a bit of my wax is filling up my my earplug. Don't share earplugs. How are we doing? Just riding along down by the riverside. The views around here have just been phenomenal. All the trees are changing colours and stuff like that. It's fantastic. Just noticed myself in the reflection too that I look like a cycling pirate. But it makes it a whole lot easier to hear my headphones when there's 12,000 fucking noisy trucks right next to you. And they just beep the horn. They don't bother getting out of the way. Even when there's the other lane completely clear, they still get so fucking close to you. I thought it was just Turkey. It's not. It's this region. It's this. Now that I've crossed into Asia, traffic is just terrible everywhere. Anyway, on the good side of things, everywhere I look is going to be a good camping site by the looks of things. Everywhere I ride in Georgia, so camping's just not a problem, even though it will be fucking cold. But so I've stopped as well because I'm just getting a little bit annoyed with the traffic, and I've seen some people playing a game of football, so I thought I'd stop to check it out and show you guys. Check it out. These guys are really moving the ball around a lot, right? Shitty bike pirate pun. Anyway, I'm gonna get back on the road. I'm busting out kilometres today because I've been losing so many, well, having 4 days up in the hills, in the fucking hotel room. I really need to bust out some kilometres just to catch up. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm pegging it. I've already done about 50 kilometres and it's not even halfway through the day. So it's majority downhill. So I'm just going to keep on kicking them over. See you on the road. No. No. Whew. Finally got off that fucking highway. I found an alternative route. God hope it's not fucking, I hope it's sealed, because it's just, I really don't want to ride it any more unsealed roads. I think I fucked up the my bottom bracket bearings again because of all those fucking unsealed roads yesterday. So I've only got one more bearing set left, and I'm going to leave this in until I can fix it. It's making a clunky, crackly noise, and I've done it before. I got a pretty good idea that it's a broken bearing, but it'll be fine as long as I leave it sealed tight. Anyway, so riding off the highway. That highway just had so many close calls. I could literally feel like the truck's about to smash me in the arm or something like that as they whiz past, and it would not have been good. So I was really keen to get off. Here I am. It's not so pretty anymore, Georgia. It's a little factory and a bit more business, but it's better than the fucking highway. Anyway, I've done about another 30 kilometres since I talked to you last time, and I'm just going to keep pushing on. Today's just tons and tons of kilometres, which is a nice change. Let's keep doing it. Hey, so just ridden up this hill here. Been coming down through all these villages and stuff like that. It's actually been a really nice ride. Everybody's been waving, saying hello and stuff like that. Everyone's been quite nice, so it's definitely better than what happened yesterday. Go past all these little farms, and there's the river that I've been riding along. And there's another city and the highway that I do not want to be on. This country road's just perfect. Oh, and it mentions one other thing too. It's got castles in it. Check it out. Big fucking castle right there. Been riding along, staring at it for ages. There's a couple of people just sort of pottering around. I don't know if you can see in the center of that shot there, in that little shack. There's a little old woman just carrying beams of wood. There's clothes and all that hanging up on the side of it, so that only sort of tells me that people live here. It's a pretty big house. It's a pretty ruined house, but hey, people live in weird places. I mean, I live in a fucking tent, so anyway, today's a really nice ride, and it's coming near the end of it. I've been riding for quite a few hours now, and I've covered quite a bit of distance. I'll be coming up on my 100 kilometres soon, and I'll go past that and just see how far I can squeeze out, but it feels nice to roll over some kilometres and actually see some places rather than just sitting around in a hotel room. Anyway, I need to get back on the road. Enjoy the castle. How we doing? Found my campsite just off the road. I'm on the other side of a little hill, as you can see, and the road's just running there. Heads over there. Got the tent set up, and got my bags and all my bike and all that over here, getting ready to pack up. Thought I'd stop tonight looking over a city. I was kind of hoping I'd get some lights tonight. I've stopped a bit early too. I probably got about another half an hour or an hour's worth of light, but I just thought, you know what? Let's just chill out here. I'm also going to see if I can start a fire, not to cook, but just to, I need to waterproof my shoes. So I've bought a candle. I'm going to rub a candle all over my boots, and then I'm going to put it near the fire and make the wax seep into the leather, and then hopefully this will waterproof them and then solve my biggest problem on the journey. Keep hearing gunshots going off in the distance. Boom, boom, boom. Right, Today was a pretty good day. It was actually a really nice, relaxing bike ride. I've pedalled it out. I'm feeling pretty good. My appetite's still quite down, but I've got a lot of energy. So I don't know what that's about, but I'm not questioning it too much. I'll just eat accordingly, and when I'm feeling full, I'll stop eating. Right, time for a peace out, I guess. Not really much that I learned today. Well, I guess I didn't really talk to anybody. I didn't really do anything. I didn't really interact, with people. So I guess what you could say is sometimes people can be a little bit too much, like yesterday, finding out all this stuff about the dogs and puppies and stuff like that. And today I just did my own thing and just, looked at some cool stuff and had a good time. So I guess sometimes when people are a bit too much, there's nothing wrong with being alone, I guess. And just enjoy it, like I'm gonna. Sometimes it's nice to be alone. Peace out.